Hey there, home chefs. With Super Bowl parties coming up, the food is going to be critical. So I thought I'd let you in on a little hidden gem over here in Europe. It's just about the greatest appetizer ever to be invented. These little spheres of heaven are known as Bitterballen, and where I am from originally in the Netherlands, these babies are the king of bar snacks. We're talking deep fried gravy in a golden breaded crust. So good. So, to ensure your next Super Bowl party is a slam dunk... Wait, that doesn't sound right. Of course I mean touchdown.
You were saying football things in a football voice.
Grab a cup of tea and let's get cooking. For the filling there isn't too much prep needed. You'll need a large onion finely diced and some fresh parsley chopped up fine as well. Be sure to use a sharp knife so you don't bruise the parsley so we can keep all that flavour. Then to go with that you'll need about 500 grams of minced beef, 125 grams of butter and 125 grams of flour, and 750 milliliters of beef stock for the filling, plus eggs, breadcrumbs and flour for the coating. Next you'll need a large saucepan or Dutch oven to make the meat gravy filling. And a fair warning here, the filling will not look great, I can tell you that now. But you have to trust me, there is a reason this is such a popular appetizer. It gets better, so much better. So don't be put off by the goopy filling, that's what we're going for. First melt the butter completely and then gradually add the flour bit by bit. Do it too quickly and the texture goes a bit awry like mine, but it won't affect the end product too much. Cook off the roux for a minute or so and then gradually pour in the stock, stirring constantly as you want this as smooth as possible. This will come out thicker than you're probably used to with the gravy, but that is by design to help with the deep frying. At this point we can chuck in our diced onion and parsley and then the minced meat. Get everything well mixed in and all the cooking will be finished during the deep frying, so we don't need to worry about cooking time here. Just let it simmer for a few minutes to bring it all together. And an optional extra here, but very welcome at this stage, is to grate in some fresh nutmeg. Then just add salt and pepper as needed. Now for us to be able to mould this goo filling, it needs to solidify sufficiently. So you want to transfer the mixture into a container, and you want to refrigerate it for about 4 hours. If you can make this the night before, even better, but after 4 hours it should be set enough. Then, when it's ready to come out the fridge, it's time to prep the assembly line for shaping and coating the Bitterballen. Get 3 wide bowls or plates and line them up left to right. In the first, add in some flour. In the second, crack in 2 eggs and lightly beat, and in the last one, add the breadcrumbs. Now about the breadcrumbs, for Bitterballen it is crucial that the ball is completely sealed and coated, otherwise they burst and the gravy does not hold well in the oil on its own. And so for that, a finer crumb is usually better. But if you have slightly coarser breadcrumbs such as panko, which I normally have in my pantry, you want to crush them up a bit. Use a rolling pin or a blender even, and you'll have a good crumb for coating. Now this amount of filling will probably make about 50 Bitterballen, which trust me won't feel like enough once you start eating. So give yourself some time to do the breading process, as you're not going to want to rush this. Likewise, this mixture will keep for 2 days in the fridge, so you can just make a small batch if you don't need all 50 made in one go. Right, grab the filling using a scoop about a tablespoon size to keep things even, and roll that into a golf ball like shape. Now things can get quite messy, so let's do this next part together. We'll use the left hand for dry and right hand for wet. With your left hand, drop the ball into the flour plate and fully coat. Using that same hand, pick up the ball up and drop it into the egg. Then with your right hand, roll around and fully coat. Right hand to pick up, and drop into the crumbs, and then left hand again to coat with breadcrumbs. Nice! At each stage, make sure it's completely coated, and you'll have a beautiful little bitterball ready to fry. Then repeat this for as many as you need, keeping those hands in line. And while we do that, don't forget to subscribe to the channel to check out more videos like this. I love making food for dinner parties, so I'll have plenty more recipes for you to make. Place your coated bitterballen on a lined baking sheet, and once all are made, place them in the fridge until you're ready to fry. Using either a fryer, if you have one, or a large pot, heat up to about 190 degrees centigrade enough neutral oil, something like peanut or rapeseed, so the bitterballen will be completely submerged. Then, in batches of about 5, fry in the oil the balls for about 4 minutes until they come out perfectly golden and crispy. Drain them on a paper towel and then stack them up as you wish. I guarantee you they won't last long. Sprinkle over some chives and then serve with a mustard mayo mix and you've got the greatest party appetizer in the world, Bitterballen. Whether it's for your Super Bowl party or just fancy a delicious snack with a beer, these are going to be your new favourite go-to. Ooh, but one thing before you tuck in. Straight out the oil, these are deceptively hot inside. It is very difficult to restrain yourself, but make sure to rest these for a bit, otherwise you will end up scorching the inside of your mouth.
So hot right now.
So who would have thought it? The greatest Super Bowl appetizer actually comes from the Dutch. A real crowd pleaser, I highly recommend whipping this recipe out the next time you're trying to impress a crowd. Chances are they've never had anything like it. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and tap that like button. And for now, home chefs, get cooking, and I'll see you in the next video.